Welcome to the warehouse, everybody. I'm your host, Wilgus, and we're going to take a look at the Blaster Tekkaman Blade model kit by Orange Cat Industries. This is a second iteration from an anime that came out from the 80s, which is a blast from my past. I was very excited with the final product, though we did have quite a few speed bumps to get to the end. I did enjoy the build. It was quick. I enjoyed the feel of the plastic. It didn't have a cheap vibe to it. The clear white gloss on many of the parts are going to pop on detail. Though I like to use the Tamiya panel liner on my model kits, there weren't a lot of locations for me to do that on this. But its final piece at the very end, electronics aside, is phenomenal. So let's take a look.
Make sure you test your electronics before you start putting them into the final piece.
This is one of the first model kits that I've built with electronics on the inside, and it will not sour my experiences, because even though it was exceptionally challenging, the parts that made this kit difficult was because of the tight space inside due to Tekkaman Blade's very unique form on how tight it is. So you don't have a lot of moving places for you to place the wiring, which gets you to be scared if you're going to pinch the wiring, and all it takes is one bad point and boom, that entire electronic is gone, which is going to hinder my articulation usage on this particular model kit. So I don't feel great sacrificing my major want out of a kit, articulation, for the sake of electronics, which will degrade over time. But again, when you see it at the very end though, it looks gorgeous. But major shout out to Gundamit's service team, because they were able to get me the replacement piece very quickly. So is this a good kit or not, Wilgus? Tell me. And yes, it's a great kit. I understand my shortcomings personally because of the shaky hands and everything, and not having a lot of space to be able to put the extra wiring that is needed to be moved is a little challenging. But I think if you have a little bit more space on a bigger kit, you wouldn't have a problem. And getting the shoulder pieces off to initiate the electronic activation was a bit challenging. But that's, again, once I get the vibe for it, I know I'll have it all good. Other than that, the plastic locks in very well, and the final result, as I keep coming back to, is why you do what you do, and it's worth it. I didn't understand why the forearms also weren't kind of connecting as best as they should have, but I just gotta say though, for the price of this kit, if you are a fan of the Tekkaman series, you will not be disappointed. Though you will see some wiring on the placement of the plastic again, but that's just electronics. Now, when it gets to the usage of the electronics, you have your standard off mode, and once you use your magnetic transformation point for our D-Boy, you can have the constantly on light effect, which, gorgeous, does show off nice and steady with that gorgeous green on the eyes, the gem on the head, forearms, and shoulder pieces. But once you place the magnetic piece on the chest again, which is a little finicky, you are able to initiate the charge up effect, and this one is where you get to see some blues, some greens, and some reds get flashed in between all of those. With the steady blue light at the very end though, oh man, again, I'm scared for how long these are going to last, and I'm more articulated usage for my model kits personally, so I am torn. It's going to be amazing. I can put it in a nice spot, and I think it'll be a very nice piece, but it's not going to be exceptionally articulated like what I'd like to use for other model kits. But that's a personal thing. How do you like to use your model kits? Place them and display them, or do you like to take them down and use them ever so often? Now, here is a good example of what the light effect is going to look like with and without light. And oh man, again, I tell you, it's I'm torn. Was it worth it? Yes. Do I want to do it again? No. Was it worth the very low end price that you can pick it up using code Wilgus to support the channel? Oh yeah. Tell me in the comments below if you've been a fan of the series. Stay tuned, I will be doing more articulation videos for some of these kits and others coming down in the future. Leave some comments down below of what you want me to take a look at, and I'll definitely comment. Enjoy your weekend, crew. Yo tengo que ver. We are getting very close to membership status, and I will see you all in future releases. Take it easy, crew.